bitches.
You call me a bitch? What?
Dimarahin.
Call me a bitch? How dare you?
Okay, let's start. Hey guys, so today kita want to discuss about a very interesting and viral issue that's happening di Indonesia saat ini, yaitu adalah sinetron berjudul Suara Hati.
Seorang istri
Suara
atau kekasih
Suara
sih?
Hati. Hah? Suara Hati Istri Zahra. Ya. I think kayak banyak yang tahu sih tentang ini, tapi just in case kalian belum tahu atau maybe one of us juga belum terlalu tahu.
Kita nonton? Nggak boleh nonton ya? Udah nggak ada ya?
Gue udah nonton. So I think it's been happening a few days. Interestingly, jadi iya itu kayak di-upload di Lambe Tura and that's why it actually went quite viral. Basically itu sinetron yang dirilis sama Indosiar. Dan Indosiar ini merilis sebuah sinetron yang berhubungan dengan poligami. Jadi in this story, the guy already has 2 wives, jadi udah punya 2 istri, dan dia mau mempunyai istri ketiga, yaitu Zahra. Dan Zahra ini adalah pemain yang umur aslinya masih 15 tahun. Yes, jadi gitu. Jadi ini cewek ini masih 15 tahun aslinya, tapi udah di-cast sama Indosiar menjadi bintang sinetron yang topiknya atau apa ya? Yang tema sinetronnya itu terlalu mature, terlalu dewasa.
Koreksi. Bukan Indosiar yang milih ini ya. Indosiar itu technically ini sedikit info aja. Maybe I'm correct, maybe I'm wrong, tapi this is what I know. TV channel kayak Indosiar itu mereka yang nge-host acara TV show, tapi kan ada production house. Production house-nya itu yang nge-cast castnya Zara itu yang harusnya umurnya I think harusnya nggak underage, kayaknya masih 17 atau 18. Tapi di cast ya anak umur 15. Jadi kita bukan nyalain Indosiar. Indosiar kan cuma yang nayangin. Ini production house yang gue pengen masalahkan. Sorry, koreksi aja.
Indosiar itu tapi yang meskipun mereka nggak cast, tapi itu production tetap beda, production house-nya beda. Yang maksudnya kayak advertising-nya, marketing-nya, orang behind the scene-nya, kayak yang ngurusin producer, director, itu apakah Indosiar atau itu different?
On this case, I still have no idea. Tunggu, kenapa ada Luis?
So where's the video? I want to see the video.
Yes, maybe someone can share screen. Maybe I should share screen. Oke, gue share screen deh.
Sok.
Tapi jangan dia controversial.
How old? Bentar, ceweknya umur berapa?
She's 15.
15 years old.
Yeah. I think kayak, I mean like even though it's like production house-nya siapa, penyiarnya siapa, kayak 15.
I mean, Thunder. Nat, baterainya mau habis BTW, Nat.
Ketahuan banget udah nyari.
Ya, udah nyari, udah nonton sinetronnya juga akhirnya.
Nih orang kaya nih, premium YouTube Premium. Wush.
Ini udah beres si seriesnya.
No, actually they recast the girl. So
Correct, yes.
Zara, the girl in the middle here, the girl in the middle. She got in. Setahu gue tadi gue ngeliat sekilas, she got into an accident and voila, because of the accident, she came out from the surgery differently. She got recasted. I think video aslinya udah dihapus sama Indosiar. Nah, tadi gue juga sempat nyari.
Iya, udah dihapus video aslinya, tapi mungkin kita bisa lihat
trailernya apa gitu.
No, that's a different podcast. No, bukan YouTuber. No.
No, I'm not gonna show this one kayak ini, kita cut aja.
No, you're showing a different guy. Shout out, bukan YouTuber.
No, I said ini kita kayak cut aja, hold on. Chill. Kita lihat dari Lambe-Tura aja ya.
Yes. Sekalian ada something spicy di Lambe-Tura. Lamb. Mary had a little lamb. Mary had a little lamb.
Aquaboys.it.
So we can go to Metura, and then if we scroll down, we can take a look di
Kayaknya ke atas, boy. Atau
atas ya.
kayaknya ini ya atau dihapus sama Lembetura, nggak tahu.
Kayaknya belum.
Gak mungkin yang paling baru ada kok.
Kayaknya nggak di sini.
Oh,
deh.
itu udah di request. Ya, jadi masih turun.
Iya.
Udah, it's not there, unfortunately. I think did they actually delete it? Karena ini udah ke konten sampai ada Felicia Tisu tuh sama si Anya
Iya,
Geraldine,
bener.
it's too far.
Apa jangan-jangan udah dihapus ya?
I think they deleted. Kayaknya Indosiar minta. Wah, okay. This is me speculating antara Indosiar minta di take down karena too much negative press or not. Tapi
Ini sih, ini. Belum dihapus.
it's just the screenshot.
This is just screenshot.
Mungkin yang itu yang bawah itu loh, Nat.
No, not that.
Yang ada cewek itu loh. Yang kiri.
No, that's promotion, I think.
Yeah, that's promotion.
Yeah, I think it's not. Is it?
Oh, this one. Sorry. This one. Yeah, this one. No, also no.
Itu that's Ernest Prakasa making a comment.
Artinya harusnya belum dihapus, enggak sih? Dihapus ya?
Yeah, I think Indosiar really wanted that video to be taken down. Okay, this is just me speculating. I think there's too much dips on the controversial.
Mungkin ada re-upload, tunggu ya. Ini bukannya?
Itu nggak sih?
Ini. Ini enggak.
Try.
Itu?
Maybe.
Bukan.
Tapi well.
Sebenarnya masalahnya bukan the fact that mereka cast yang under 15 ya, tapi
That is also the issue actually.
No,
That
dia
actually is
cast
the
under 15 in a film yang story-nya not really kayak, you know, fit for a 15-year-old gitu.
Well, technically the story is not fit for any society in my opinion.
Correct, yes.
You're trying to glorify child marriage. You're trying to glorify.
Basically scene-nya kayak gini loh, fun.
Kayak,
And then
here's the disturbing thing. She's 15, he's 38, I think.
39.
39, geez, see?
Correct.
24-year
So
age
this
gap.
not sharing screen, but
Dua
dia
kalinya.
on what type of scenes they made atau kayak mereka shoot what type of scenes. Jadi obviously it's really disturbing ya untuk orang-orang, apalagi karena kayak not a lot of people actually found out the issues until a bit later. Jadi ini episode udah like 12 episodes I think. Dan
And still going.
Orang tuh baru kayak sadar lah of that issue. Meanwhile, sebelumnya itu udah lumayan terkenal ya, I think, seriesnya. Tapi not many people actually find a problem with that. So that's something yang we also want to discuss. For me personally, after I read a few comments yang sebelum ini viral ya, I read kayak mereka actually find it really entertaining and they don't see a problem with that. Kayak ada yang komen, aduh baper, and they really kayak mereka don't have any problem with that. It's just not that they don't care about the issue, it's just that they are not aware kalau ini tuh kayak masalah yang penting dan harusnya tuh nggak boleh kayak gitu, apalagi in a national TV. Gitu sih.
Gimana ya, Nat?
I don't think...
Go on, Ariel.
I think like yang bikin gue sampai sekarang tuh agak greget aja, dan mungkin kayak Fania juga ada background di media, pasti juga tahu little bit tentang ini gitu. Kayak tadi kayak lu bilang kan, Pra, kayak production house, Indosiar, kayak semuanya tuh berbeda gitu. Dan sampai kita sampai sekarang tuh di tahap yang sinetronnya udah keluar dan disiarin gitu loh. Itu yang menurut gue juga sedikit nggak sedikit sih, menurut gue itu juga ada masalah di situ gitu loh. Banyak orang campur tangan dalam bikin sinetron ini sampai sekarang udah di approve dan dipublish dan like video dan episodenya ada di TV, dan masa sih kayak gak satupun orang mikir kayak itu tuh tidak sepatutnya seorang remaja yang berumur 15 tahun memainkan peran seperti itu dalam cerita seperti itu dan kayak kondisi dengan kayak orang yang lebih tua dan segala macem gitu. Kayak ya maksud gue kayak ke orang nggak ada yang campur tangan sampai dia bisa lepas gitu episode.
Betul. Yang kesayangannya ini kultur seperti ini sudah terjadi lama. Kayaknya kita bukan cuma sinetron ini doang yang dipertanyakan. Mungkin ada banyak sekali, bukan banyak ya, emang sudah ada banyak sinetron yang alur ceritanya ngaco, tidak mendidik, malah justru sedikit menyimpang dari yang harusnya normal-normal saja, menyimpang dari tata norma. Tapi semuanya tuh nanti ini bisa jadi diskusi yang berbeda lagi sih ya, tentang kenapa stasiun-stasiun televisi tidak bercampur tangan dalam memilih sinetron yang berkualitas. Kan orang itu kan TV itu kan dinilai dari ratingnya kan yang nentuin itu kan orang-orang yang nonton. Kalau orang-orang nggak nonton ya boro-boro dapat rating bagus. So pretty much it's a statement di mana people actually like contents like this without realizing it, karena selama stasiun televisi terus menyiarkan konten sinetron-sinetron seperti ini, ya artinya people actually like it and people have no problem with it. That's the general picture. Selama people watch it and the ratings are good, keep going. These stories are fit with the society. That's the bigger problem. People actually made no problem about this until somebody in Twitter made it really. Somebody in Twitter think critically, yang bikin orang mikir, oh yeah, this is wrong. So pretty much it's a whole different. It's a really big issue. Bukan cuma sekedar castingnya underage and then alur ceritanya enggak, cuma like it could be, we could talk about the media as a whole, kenapa this culture keeps going on, but that's for another discussion. Let's keep with this one first. Kayak it's really a huge issue actually.
Yeah, that is true. I kind of agree. Maybe kayak the fact that a few episodes sudah up, that actually proves bahwa maksudnya Indosiar ataupun the production house of this sinetron, they're not like dumb, do you get it? As in mereka tahu what audience kayak want. That is why they actually make this production kan, gak mungkin without any audience research, that market research, gak mungkin mereka gak melakukan itu gitu. As you know, kalian juga maksudnya a lot of you study business gitu, and yeah, the fact that probably they do really genuinely think that this is like very entertaining for the audience. Dan menurut aku, I don't know, I observe like a few of this kind of contents yang not your normal kind of story in a sense in Indo media. Like for example, you guys know that film tentang yang Dua Garis Biru misalnya. You know the one about the girl getting
shout out Zara JKT ex JKT48.
Yeah, that one. Maksudnya those kind of contents emang udah mulai masuk to Indonesian media, and it is kayak maksudnya it is interesting, and I think there is some kind of like quote-unquote improvement in Indonesian media, the fact that they do and they are okay. I mean, they still allow that to be kayak published. Cuman yang bedanya dengan kayak Dua Garis Biru and this sinetron, I feel is they don't understand maksudnya what are these contents teaching to like audiences. Maksudnya like if you try to like tick all the boxes, is it entertaining? Yes, both of them are entertaining because they're like topics yang gak biasanya di tell gitu, that kind of like rare storytelling gitu. Tapi ya the next box they have to tick is it is it useful for the community, for the society? I feel kalau Dua Garis Biru there is some kind of lesson, which is probably don't do it or something like that. for this one, it's really hard to like, learn anything positive from it, and that is why I think it becomes like a huger issue. Cause I know buat Dua Garis Biru, justru a lot of people are like defending it, cause like, oh, because of this I kind of know what is going to happen and what happens if I do this, kind of thing. For this one, kayak I don't know if there's a lesson that is useful for the community. That is why it's a problem, gitu sih.
To put a little context, Dua Garis Biru itu film tahun 2019 or 20 di mana ceritanya itu ada dua remaja di SMA yang pacaran, and then however one way or another they got involved into sexual relations. Intinya tuh kayak this movie deals with themes like kehamilan saat di SMA, the struggles of actually being pregnant in high school, and then the stigma around the people that surround both of these couples. Yeah, it's a really good movie and entertaining, and it's deemed controversial because for some people, untuk beberapa orang, justru ini mempromosikan nikah muda, punya anak muda, which the movie is actually arguing against it. Actually, they're trying to promote a healthy relationship. Kayak itu sih, like a little context.
Yeah.
Natasha kemana?
We weren't on mute, by the way.
Natasha ngambil charger.
Natasha, baterainya tinggal 14% tadi soalnya.
Guys,
What do you think?
I have to pause 30 seconds.
By the way, Errol or Lewis, what do you think? I think Lewis.
Yeah, like pretty much what I've thought is already said by you guys. Apalagi when Ariel said, kayak it has to, like the one who make it is like a bunch of professionals. Like they've been doing this for like years, I guess. Like they know what they're doing, and before this sinetron goes out to the screen, a bunch of people have to review it kan. Masa nggak ada sih satu pun yang kayak mikir, oh wait, this is wrong gitu. And about Dua Garis Biru, kayak I think what makes this sinetron different to Dua Garis Biru, the message, I think it's the message. Yeah, the message from Dua Garis Biru tuh kayak jelas, kayak, oh, if you do this is like what you're gonna experience. Tapi kalau di sinetron ini kayak, well, I haven't watched it, tapi having like just hearing from it kayak expected gitu message-nya kayak kira-kira apa. And the fact that, and like now we already see kan kayak what happened after people found out that she's 15-year-old, terus malah di recast kan jadi cewek lain. Jadi kayak maksudnya it's obvious the point of it is just to make money. Kayak there's no message that's supposed to be sent. It's just to milk out the advertisement money, I think. Which is human nature, capitalism.
Yeah. Prawira.
Justru ya, with the recent controversy regarding the casting, justru this is a chance for Indosiar to make more money actually, karena people are keen to look at the content, mau kontennya di TV atau di platform mereka di video, like people actually want to see it, and Indosiar would put ads on the video atau every time siarannya main, so it's all about getting revenue.
Actually, yeah, because like not any like. Before we were talking about it's bad publicity for Indosiar, makanya they take it down. But if you think about it again, kayak there is no such thing as bad publicity.
Any publicity is good publicity.
It's good publicity. So I guess here Indosiar, it's a win-win situation for them. People hate them like, Indosiar, why are you doing this? But at the same time, they actually gain something from this as well. So cool for you, Indosiar. Like, good job.
I think kayak was unfortunate itu adalah kayak orang tuh kayak sinetron itu kayak maksudnya universal banget gitu loh. Kayak orang maksudnya kayak orang tuh bisa nonton, kayak anyone can watch it, anyone has access to it, is easily access. Yang menurut gue disayangkan aja tuh kalau orang mau bikin konten kayak kayak media mau bikin konten yang entertaining, mestinya tuh kayak ada batas aja sih. Kayak bisa aja kayak lu bikin aluran cerita entertaining yang ya udah gitu ya, misalnya kayak film action lah atau apa gitu, kayak itu kan entertaining gitu loh. Tapi kan kayak ya udah ceritanya tuh di dunia itu doang. Masalahnya kayak ya sinetron ini entertaining tapi menurut gue dengan ajaran yang salah, kayak di luar castingan yang anak remaja ini. Menurut gue juga aluran ceritanya juga ya kurang bagus sih menurut gue, dan kayak malah mengajarkan yang menurut gue tidak sepatutnya gitu. Mungkin kayak Natasha kan tadi udah bilang kayak udah nonton sinetronnya, mungkin kayak you can elaborate a little bit gitu about like some of the stuff you watched.
I think it's very sus that Indosiar recast the cast gitu. Why would they do that? Karena kalau sekarang kan isunya itu adalah the fact that this girl is 15 years old. But if you guys actually watch the show, that's not the only problem. The problem is in the plot. The plot tuh banyak banget yang unethical. Contohnya kayak kurang ajar ke orang tua, kayak do extreme stuff untuk mendapatkan sesuatu. For a fact, cowoknya ini in order to get the girl to marry the third girl, which is in this case Zara, he went through like certain length. Dia bakar rumahnya, dia kayak kurang ajar sama kedua orang tuanya untuk maksa untuk kayak dapat restu gitu. He was like really threatening the orang tua, kayak kok kalian gak berterima kasih banget sih sama saya, kok bisa-bisa Anda kayak nge-reject saya. Itu really promoting what gitu, what are they trying to promote, what are they trying to educate? Itu nggak ada edukasinya sama sekali sih, like there's no impact from it. Jadi obviously it's definitely different dari Garis Dua Biru yang structured dan kayak ngejelasin ada apa ya, kayak if you do something wrong ya lu nanti harus face the consequences. But in this case there is no consequence. The consequence apaan? The guy gets everything he wants, which is Zahra. So I really think they're really exploiting the fact that orang Indonesia ada beberapa yang masih suka dan belum aware kalau misalnya isu-isu ini tuh salah. Contohnya Indosiar tuh bener pasti tahu banget kalau banyak orang-orang Indonesia yang masih berpikiran kayak, oh ini sebenarnya kayak normal aja kok, anak 15 tahun udah nikah. So they're definitely exploiting it kan. Mereka tahu itu bakal gain audience. And I don't think it's bad publicity for them, karena mereka tahu they bring it upon themselves. It's not like someone like kayak ngejelek-jelekin mereka because of something they didn't do. They definitely did that themselves gitu loh. Kayak, jadi they really bring it upon themselves. Well, they only have themselves to blame, and that's right. The plot itself itu udah destructive banget. Why recast it? Right? Jadi itu nggak bakal pernah berubah unless kayak we speak up, unless the public speaks up. So definitely they're exploiting it, and I think it's real sus the fact that mereka kayak malah recast it. Why would they do that? Bener kata Prawira. Kalau emang mereka peduli about their publicity, mereka peduli tentang kayak what morals and messages they bring out, they will easily kayak erase it. Tapi they want to take advantage of the fact that ini kayak lagi viral. Jadi mereka recast, which I think is just, my gosh, mind-blowing for me. And another thing is, I feel like ini disayangkan banget karena channel yang sebesar itu, artinya banyak orang yang nonton kan ya. Mereka tuh sadar kalau orang-orang Indonesia tuh masih belum sadar nih tentang kayak isu-isu ini adalah isu yang menurut mereka masih normalized gitu. They're still normalizing things like that. Dan sebagai channel yang besar, bukannya mereka use that advantage untuk membenarkan mindset itu, mereka malah kayak memperparah dengan mempromote that mindset gitu. Jadi menurut gue sayang banget sih. I mean, they have that impact. Well, why not change it? Why not do a switch? Jadi kayak ya yang berpikiran seperti itu mindsetnya akan sama-sama aja. Gitu sih, menurut gue sayang banget.
Iya, setuju sama Nat. That's a very sad point sih. Kayak I study film kan and TV as well, and that's the one thing that's exactly the point, apa yang membedakan TV or like screen contents in like Indo and like specifically here in Melbourne, because I'm studying in Melbourne kan, jadi the things I'm studying is konteks kayak Australia gitu. Apa ya, it's kinda a slippery slope when you're making something for screens, and especially to those yang channels yang udah gede like what Nat said gitu loh, karena you have that responsibility for the community and the society, which is you either kayak you make it a better place or you make it, you know, something worse kind of thing, like something like this gitu loh. It's like a slippery slope gitu in a sense. Makanya people who actually work in like TV or even the people who make that program, they have to have a good, maksudnya value, and ya itu menurut aku people who make this kind of like sinetron, they don't really care and they don't know, you know, they don't have that vision to make the country a better place kind of thing, you know. It's all about kayak, you know, making good ratings and like earning more kind of thing. So yeah, it's kinda sayang banget, cause like mestinya if you have that power to actually apa ya, touch a lot of people, a lot of your audience, you should kayak use that to, you know, make the place, you know, make your country even better, which is kayak not happening in a sense gitu.
I think now that I think about it, it's all honestly really it's really sad kenapa kayak that specific channel ngerasa like feel like they have to continuously gain popularity dengan ngelakuin dengan producing stuff yang uneducated atau yang kayak berbau negatif hanya untuk rating. Karena businesses di Indonesia tuh sekarang nggak berpikir jangka panjang. Mereka ngerasa kayak, well, kayak kalau misalnya emang mereka benar-benar mikir in the long run bakal kayak gimana, they would understand that it's destructive to their company and their business image untuk ngelakuin atau untuk memproduce hal-hal yang seperti itu. Karena if they're not going to educate the public, someone else will. Dan in the long run, the public will be more educated dan mereka bakalan sadar kayak, ini channel dulu kayak nggak bener banget. So if they don't change themselves, the public will, you know, kayak it's just gonna destroy their image. Otherwise, the public will demand them to change. So sooner or later, just make yourselves better gitu.
So actually kayak dari tadi kan kayak kita ngomong nih kayak tentang kayak Indosiar and stuff like that. Jadi kayak Louis found something yang mungkin kayak akan menjadi sedikit insightful to see kayak what people are actually thinking about it. So
jadi gini, my thought process tuh awalnya gini. Like obviously Indosiar fucked up ya. Accidentally, I don't know if it's an accident or not, but casting a 15-year-old on such like that kind of plot line itu kan obviously salah ya. They got feedback from it, terus they recast it, ya nggak? Awalnya gue pikir kayak misalnya a company that big itu pasti make a public statement nggak sih about what they did, kayak misalnya kita ya kayak minta maaf, kayak I don't know, like as a big company would do gitu. Terus gue cari kan, gue do some research on their Instagram and their Twitter, and like I cannot find any public statement that they made. I might be wrong, but what they did instead is maybe you can show it on screen later. Tapi ini kayak
that's the recast video where they show she got into an incident and
they put it on their Instagram. They just say captionnya kayak waduh Zara kecelakaan dan wajahnya harus segera dioperasi, basically announcing the recast without any public statement of saying sorry or anything. Terus gue lihat kan komennya ada kayak 5,000-an komen, and like obviously they fuck up. Then I thought like naturally the comments would be like ngehujat Indosiar kayak kok bisa umur 15 bla bla bla. Tapi pas gue baca komennya tulisannya gini ya, I quote, males jadinya Zara kok diganti. Gak seru lagi kalau Zaranya diganti pemain. Padahal aku lebih suka Zara yang awal, tapi mau gimana lagi penonton TV sebelah Julid takut kesaing. Gak bakal seru lagi kalau Zaranya diganti. So like, look at all of this. I like just try and share screen one of you open Indosiar's itu. Tapi kayak baca komennya, kayak
ada orang yang mikir kayak ini tuh publicity stunt by kayak pihak media sebelah untuk kayak ngejelekin Indosiar gitu.
That's so funny.
What kind of bullshit conspiracy theory is that?
My
Iya,
gosh.
maksudnya kayak apa? Nih, gak enak, tahu-tahu ganti pemeran lagi.
Ya terus ada bilang, aku yakin ini banyak yang kecewa padahal udah ngefans banget sama Zara yang pertama.
Gini, oh my goodness. Ini Indosiar itu, it's a part of a huge conglomerate namanya MTech. MTech itu bukan cuma punya Indosiar, deh. Mereka juga punya SCTV. As the parent company of these, of Indosiar, it's amazing to see that they did not provide any statements of remorse. Dan justru...
Tapi maksudnya bukan itu. Tapi maksudnya kayak itu bukan masalahnya juga gitu loh. Maksudnya tuh kayak...
The point is just, it shows like audiensnya tuh perilakunya kayak gimana malah.
Mereka malah kecewa.
It proves my
gitu,
point.
Zaranya
Ini artinya memang yang bener nonton sinetron Ikatan Istri bla 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 ini yang episode Zara yang temanya Zara itu like they actually dig this shit. They actually love it.
They love it. And that's what I'm saying.
Even my grandma. I just realized my grandma. My grandma saw these sinetrons, these soap operas. I'm so
That's what I'm saying. Makanya Indonesia tuh susah maju karena mindset orang-orang masih kayak gini. Dan I mean, knowing that orang-orang itu mindsetnya masih seperti ini, ya channel seperti Indosiar bukannya try to do a mindset switch, tapi mereka take advantage and exploit it. Oke lah kalau exploitnya kayak hal-hal yang positif kan. Tapi ini udah jelas ini kayak melarang hukum, bro. Kayak umur 15 nikah itu udah melarang hukum loh. Kayak ya.
Dan kayak masalahnya kayak orang kayak apa maksudnya kayak orang find no problem with this gitu loh. As in mereka
And they not only not find a problem but they support it.
Iya, kayak that says kayak something gitu loh, kayak banyak yang masih bisa bilang kayak oh kayak padahal ngefans berat sama kayak Zara yang pertama. Maksud gue tuh kayak gini, kayak bukannya mereka nggak boleh acting gitu loh. Kalau misalnya di umur 15 tahun dan dia talented to act, go ahead, you know. But kayak jangan taruh juga anak remaja yang umur 15 tahun di situasi yang kayak gini. Dan kayak dengan menaruh dia di situasi kayak gini pun, kayak mereka sebagai penyiar tuh ya mengeluarkan pesan yang kayak gak bagus. Dan kayak ya hasilnya tuh kayak gini. Kayak orang-orang gak ada problem with it, dan kayak mereka malah supporting it, which is something that shouldn't be supported at all.
You know, if you really think about it, there's one other party yang bener-bener did not play a big role. That played a big role in this failing. Lembaga sensor. Komisi Penyiaran Indonesia di kasus TV ya. So pretty much, kan of course, setiap sinetron, setiap konten yang gak live ya, yang recorded, yang disiarin di TV, itu harus lulus sensor. Ini pasti lulus sensor. So here's another big failing di mana KPI
I have a question actually.
Yeah, go on.
Like tadinya aku mau menjawab yang what not say gitu loh, kayak do you guys think it's like it's benar-benar more a culture stuff? Karena ya itu apa ya, what stood out to me is like what not mentioned was like in Indo it's kind of normal for like to have a 15-year-old getting married, kayak people who live in like maksudnya small towns, you know, small villages, they do get married in like 15 or even younger sometimes, which is kayak normal. And to think about it, siapa sih yang nonton sinetron? To be honest, it's more to the like middle to lower in a sense. Do you get it? So, well, I am not surprised at all. They actually support kayak, oh, this is a good story. Kayak I want to be like her. Yang 15, I get married with like, you know, and like the guy kayak really loves me kind of thing. So yeah, I think it's more to a like cultural thing, you know, that which is kayak for me itu lebih susah untuk change, cause you know culture, it's like it has been there since like almost forever kind of thing. Do you get it? So yeah, it's a deeper problem gitu. You have to know kayak where it started from gitu, you know.
Yeah, I actually really understand about the cultural thing. I definitely understand kalau as you mentioned before, mungkin ada orang kayak lower middle to lower class masih berpikir seperti itu karena mungkin di culture kita emang nikah muda tuh hal yang normal. But with culture comes kayak with time comes changes to cultures gitu. Kayak contoh mungkin di contoh ya, misalnya mungkin di beberapa daerah kayak mencabuk orang itu tuh nggak apa-apa, kayak mukulin orang tuh is actually okay in
Really?
certain cultures, for example kayak given mereka ngelakuin sesuatu. Tapi kan kita juga harus mikir this is a national TV, artinya bukan cuman satu spesifik target audience yang sebenarnya mereka mau reach, karena national TV meskipun they have different target audiences, semua orang bisa freely watch it gitu. Dan culture itu kayak really important. While it's really important, kita juga tetap harus mikirin whether it's destructive or not. Apa impact, apa dampaknya, dampak buruk apa yang bisa kena gitu loh, apalagi ke anak-anak muda. Contohnya, mungkin kayak 15 tahun itu normal. Tapi sekarang udah nggak lagi kan. Sekarang mereka udah increase. Kayak dulu 15 boleh nikah, sekarang 17 boleh nikah. Jadi sekarang itu mengajarkan apa sih? Ya menurut gue kayak culture is respectable and it's important, tapi jangan menggunakan budaya sebagai alasan untuk melakukan hal-hal yang tidak benar seperti itu.
Betul banget. Bener, thank you for pointing that out. The legal age of marriage in Indonesia is 17. Dan sementara ada konten yang mempromosikan, seakan-akan mempromosikan bahwa kamu menikahi anak umur 15 tahun itu nggak masalah. You're pretty much giving a big fuck you to the law, basically. Kayak 17 years old. Nah. Let's make a story where a guy at his umur yang udah mulai matang marry someone that's still blossoming into a beautiful woman. You're pretty much giving a big fuck you to the law, basically. I agree. It's pretty disturbing.
And apa kayak tadi kayak sebelum ini kayak Natasha sempat mention gitu kayak one of the primary reasons in the plot kayak kenapa dia kayak pengen nikahin cewek ketiga ini tuh karena dua istri pertamanya tuh kayak nggak bisa hamil. Jadi dia tuh purely nyari istri lagi untuk dihamilin.
That's interesting.
Correct. Yes, that's really interesting kan. I forgot to mention tapi before recording me and Ariel actually talked about it and I explained kalau gue tuh sebenarnya nonton sinetronnya juga. So I actually want to find out the reasons kayak kenapa sih ini masalah kayak prominent banget. Jadi again as I mentioned, it's not only the casting yang salah, tapi the actual plot is wrong. And the fact that mereka cuma ganti cast is ridiculous for me.
Yeah.
In the plot, the guy already has 2 wives. Please note that. The guy already has 2 wives and he solely wants to find a new wife for him because he couldn't get a child. Kayak dia nggak bisa dapat anak kandung. So what he's planning to do in the story is that to marry this girl because she's pretty and dia mau dapat keturunan, and after that he plans to divorce this girl.
That's actually shown explicitly in the story.
Yes, the guy was like screaming. The guy was like, kayak saya bakal nalak kamu setelah kamu ngelahirin. Nalak tuh kayak divorce, kayak gitu. And then this is what he did ya. Before he get married, dia ngomong gini ke ceweknya, kalau kamu nggak mau nikah sama saya, kamu kayak your family will like die gitu. So it's very destructive, correct? Definitely it's not just the cast that's wrong, it's the whole entire plot that's wrong.
Yeah.
Kayak I think that says so much gitu loh. Maksudnya kayak dari itu aja tuh iya kayak lu nunjukin orang apa gitu loh. Kayak lu nunjukin orang kayak bahwa lu bisa nikahin cewek untuk dihamilin terus lu tinggalin. Kayak maksudnya dari situ aja tuh udah problematic gitu loh. Maksudnya enggak gitu loh. Kan obviously kayak lu mau kayak nikah yang bener karena kayak ya lu suka sama orangnya, lu sayang sama orangnya, lu pengen hidup bersama orangnya gitu dong. Bukan cuman untuk kayak ya nikahin, hamilin, tinggalin.
Correct.
Kan
Yes.
dunia nggak segampang itu gitu loh. Marriage is not that easy. Having kids is not that easy. It's a step yang kayak banyak orang tuh harus pikirin dari aspek finansial, aspek emotional, mental, semua itu harus dipikirin banyak. Dan mereka dengan segampangnya portray hidup kayak gitu, menurut gue tuh kayak mengajarkan orang kayak, yaudah gitu loh, kayak nggak ada tanggung jawab. Ya lu mau hamilin orang, lu mau tinggalin orang, lu nggak ada, it's okay, because that's what they're showing you gitu kan.
Iya, dan mereka menyalahgunakan poligami banget sih. Karena ini kan kayak ngejelasin kalau ini this guy wants to have 3 wives, right? And he already has 2. And the reason is definitely wrong. Di poligami, apalagi maksudnya di agama Islam ya, poligami itu hanya dibolehkan untuk beberapa alasan. Dan alasan yang kayak gue bakalan langsung ceraiin lu setelah gue dapet anak, that's not a reason to marry someone else again. Itu terus the fact that he thinks this girl is pretty and that's why he wants to marry her is also not a reason kenapa dia boleh poligami gitu. Apalagi dengan mengancam, itu sinetron mengajarkan banyak banget hal-hal buruk. Dan keep in mind, sinetron tuh bukan cuma orang dewasa loh yang nonton. A lot of anak-anak muda nonton. Gue jujur aja, gue dari SD udah ke-expose sama sinetron. I'm very fortunate kalau sekarang gue udah kayak udah bisa berpikir, oh ternyata dulu tuh ini hal-hal ini nggak baik ya. Kayak kita tahu buruk yang baik yang mana, yang buruk yang mana. Tapi bayangin, untuk anak kecil yang sangat-sangat polos, they're new into this world gitu, into this world of sinetron. Mereka ngeliat kayak gitu, they probably don't think much of it. Mungkin kita mikir, that's so wrong, that's against the law. Emang anak kecil ngerti? So I really think as a business, they have ethical responsibility sih. They must have a responsibility at least. And dan kayak nggak bisa ngeblame KPI-nya doang, Indosiar doang. Everyone who's involved in this has a responsibility. And I'm just kind of like surprised that nobody speaks up until 11th episode.
Yeah, dulu like the sinetron we watch to like when we grow up, the sinetron we watch is much different gak sih? Kayak dulu tuh apa ya? Yang nggak separah ini, nggak ada kayak bakar-bakar rumah buat nikah orang lain. Kayak seingat gue ada Cinta Fitri, Band 17, terus apa sih kayak yang mermaid gitu. Tapi kayak nggak ada yang separah ini. As far as I remember ya.
Maybe tapi mungkin at that time it just makes me remember juga kayak dulu, I don't know, but dulu aku baru ingat bahwa I was not allowed to kayak even watch like sinetron legit. I have that kind of rule kayak, you know, when I was young, and like, you know, try to like hide myself from my parents, like watching it with my kayak pembantu and stuff like that. There was a phase like now I realize it's not really educative kayak, you know, kind of thing. That is why. And yang what I think replying what Louis said, kayaknya mungkin dulu ada same tapi nggak se-severe sekarang, karena sekarang kayak I feel social issues now itu different from yang dulu. Mungkin dulu sinetronnya kayak kalau kita nonton sekarang yang sinetron yang dulu, oh this is kayak masih mild, tapi maybe at that time when we were that age, like, you know, early 2000s, it was as bad. Kayak aku ingat banget every sinetron I saw, which, you know, low-key saw, itu ada kayak misalnya ketabrak mobil and revenge gitu-gitu loh. It's like as bad at that time gitu, you know, it's the same thing sih in my opinion gitu.
In my household, it's frowned upon for me and my little brother to actually watch sinetron. I mean, yeah, sure, go ahead, watch the sinetron. Cuma it is frowned upon di depan bokap nyokap. However, just one quick shout out, the only legit soap opera, the only legit sinetron di Indonesia for me, Cinta Fitri. Shout out to Cinta Fitri. It's the only good Indonesian sinetron yang masuk akal untuk beberapa season, tapi eventually menjelang akhir juga udah mulai hilang alur. But again, I agree with Fanny. Like there are some of the content di sinetron jadul itu, well, ada juga yang parah kayak gini. Cuma like maybe as an additional point, orang sekarang bisa lebih berpikir kritis. People can now differentiate what's good and what's wrong. It's like pretty much the basis, like finally after maybe a decade, 10 tahun and lebih, orang akhirnya bisa mikir and people can actually start to differentiate good content, shitty content. Begitu.
Yes, I agree. Gue jujur nggak tahu sih apa yang bener-bener berubah, or if it was just the same, or we just didn't realize. That being said, I do believe semakin kesini, education udah menjadi hal yang jauh lebih penting ya di masyarakat. Jadi gue juga percaya dengan itu orang-orang juga jadi critical thinkers gitu. I'm just really surprised that sinetron masih kayak have the audacity.
The audacity.
Have the audacity to like upload those kind of, oh my god, kayak who even plans it? I'm just like really curious as like how they plan it, kayak planningnya gimana ya? Kayak kalian bisa ngebayangin gak sih kayak oh ya kayak nanti kayak cowoknya itu aja kayak bakar rumahnya atau kayak nanti cowoknya kayak divorcein ceweknya aja, mungkin that's not gonna be a problem.
Itu scriptwriters di pre-production itu, what were in their minds when they wrote the script and deciding the flow of the story? Like if you call them,
maksudnya kayak, can you imagine kayak anak-anak kayak ngomong casually, maksudnya kalau misalnya ini tetap dilanjutin gitu, bayangin kayak lo ada, ya nggak usah anak-anak kayak, bayangin anak lu sendiri misalnya ngomong kayak, lu mau dapetin cewek itu, bakar aja rumahnya, rusakin aja barangnya, curi aja notebooknya, curi aja tasnya, kayak, maksudnya kayak ngerti gak sih? Kayak,
Iya, bener-bener.
Apakah itu cara yang kayak lu mengajarkan orang dan akan normalize gitu loh, bahwa kayak kalau lu mau mendapatkan perhatian orang, lu menggunakan cara yang ya begitu.
Yeah. Sebenarnya semua tuh ada limit, ada batasannya lah, kayak ada batas wajar. Kalau misalnya sinetron zaman dulu, ini yang gue inget lah ya, mungkin beda, maybe I'm wrong. Zaman dulu tuh banyak yang berantem, kayak teriak-teriakan, terus kayak ibu tirinya jahatin things like that. Iya, kayak apa namanya, iya kayak jahatin kayak bawang merah, bawang putih dulu, kayak bawang putih kayak dibully habis-habisan.
Kecewa.
Iya, kayak gitu. Kalau nggak kayak misalnya in high school ada bullying, ya itu juga parah sih. Then again kayak I don't know sih, I'm quite speechless. Gimana mau jelasinnya, but their audacity makin lama makin besar.
Tapi actually we can end this on a really positive note. Why? People took notice. People actually took notice on issues like this. Like, I believe it all started with a Twitter thread, but then most of Indonesia started to scream. I have to say, finally, kayak this proves kayak not everybody in Indonesia is as shallow as we thought. Maybe before this actually happened, people actually start to show signs of critical thinking. People starts to show the development pemikirannya bukan kayak nggak se-shallow ini. So, yeah, it's unfortunate that a case di mana ada soap opera, ada sinetron kayak gini terjadi lagi. Is this going to be the last one? I don't think so. I believe there will be plenty more to come. However, this could be a turning point di mana, well, people could actually now realize kayak, okay, it's time for us to take seriously with what contents yang bisa di-present on national TV and what's not presentable on national TV.
Yes. I have a strong belief that Indonesians especially are becoming more of a critical thinkers because the media itu allows resources, allows knowledge to be found like in a split second. So definitely I believe Indonesians are becoming kayak critical thinkers sih. So I just really think that if Indosiar atau kayak channels like Indosiar don't change themselves, we will change them. Kayak we'll force them to change gitu. Kayak they'll be forced to change. So again, sooner or later, just do your responsibility sih as a channel. Because we're educated, man. We're more educated than ever. because we have all the knowledge, everything we have on our cell phone, on our mobile, dan semua orang have access to it. They have cell phones kayak nowadays, kayak it's so accessible kok, so accessible. Jadi time for them to change sih. It's their responsibility now.
Karena if you actually just an additional point, if you really notice it, kita yang seumuran kita ini yang Gen Z sama milenial awal-awal kayak Fanny, kita tuh we start to transition to Netflix, Disney Plus, Hotstar. Kita udah nggak nonton TV lagi. If we want to look for soap operas, for TV series, we don't look at the actual TV. We look through Netflix or Amazon Prime Video or actually streaming contents yang kita tahu lebih berfaedah. Itu sih. Okay, sooner or later if Indonesian TV stations don't change their culture like what you said, people will leave eventually. Maybe nggak akan leave kayak massive exodus sampai kayak penonton drop 80%, nggak segitunya, cuma like people will leave eventually.
Okay guys, just one last discussion before we wrap it up. Kayak, what do you think would have been the right thing for like Indosiar to do after like knowing kayak they did something wrong? I mean, like, obviously from what they did, kayak kita lihat, they didn't make any public statement. They just like introduced a new character, kayak kecelakaan. Like, what do you think could have been done differently that would have like impacted the whole like sinetron industry, gitu?
I think they should have just stopped the whole entire thing. Like, I think they shouldn't have even continued it, change characters like nothing, kayak, you know, bilang aja gitu kayak kami kayak sadar kesalahan kita, minta maaf, udah nggak usah lanjutin. Kayak
as a business, they have responsibility to apologize to the public. That's what I believe. Yeah, I also believe that they should erase that sinetron altogether. There's no excuse for them kayak to continue it because the plot is just so unreasonably kayak it's just not right. So what I think they could have done better is kalau misalnya emang mereka udah setuju kan kayak kasihan juga lah yang kayak orang-orang udah di cast, all their hard work gone, kayak maksudnya orang-orang itu udah hired lah to do that specific project. With the same people, make another project sih menurut gue. Just change the whole entire plot. Menurut gue gitu sih. Daripada recast, kasihan juga yang jadi Zara. Menurut gue sih kasihan jadi Zara ya. For me, I think if I was like the person in charge, I would cancel the sinetron altogether and make a new one, maybe with the same cast juga nggak apa-apa.
The financial implications of canceling the show. Okay, this is my opinion. It's impossible for Indosiar to cancel the show. I mean, like in an ideal world, kita kan berharap Indosiar and the production house apologize, the cast and crew apologize for taking part of this project. But again, that's in an ideal world. Di dunia yang kita kenal ini ada banyak financial implication, just like what Natasha said. Aktor-aktor udah di kontrak. Pasti Indosiar juga udah ada kontrak sama production house untuk bikin konten. So pretty much the think engine has to run. Whether it's a shitty story or a good story, it has to run. But you cannot really cancel it immediately. To think of a new sinetron, it will take time. Maybe cepet sih, maybe like berapa hari atau berapa minggu. Tapi again, it'll take time. Financial implicationnya juga kayak slot advertisement yang udah di-secure, you have to let them go. Karena kan ada beberapa advertisement yang emang dikhususkan untuk di dekat-dekat sinetron atau acara tertentu. Itu ada financial implication, ad revenue hilang, baru financial implication ke kru. Bukan castnya doang ya, kru pekerjanya hilang. So, it's impossible for Indosiar to cancel the show. All they can do is maybe just wrap it up as soon as possible. Don't prolong the series. That's it. Don't prolong the series.
I think definitely that's their responsibility. See, Indosiar is definitely not a small channel ya. They're a big company. Jadi kalau misalnya emang mereka mau bikin something as saucy and as risky as that, ya mereka harus prepare for the worst. Mereka harus prepare for all the things yang kayak for all the finances. man, lu nggak bisa kayak make something on a budget, bikin it kayak as controversial as possible, and then just like not have any responsibility out of it. Sih, menurut gue ini udah keterlaluan, and they should realize that. The fact that mereka nggak realize that, just like hurts, man. It's just like, it's painful to watch.
Yeah, I kind of have to be. I kind of have to agree with Prao a bit here. Gara-gara, yeah, I think it's just not realistic. Maksudnya we all want. I also personally as a person who study kayak TV kayak it's better for them to not do it. It's not educative. It's like nothing positive comes out from it except for like I don't know money and like views or something. Which is not social is like ethically it's not, that shouldn't be the first kayak main thing. But again, speaking kayak realistically kayak I agree. I don't think that they can even kayak cancel it right now. So aku lebih mikirnya not what to do with this specific sinetron, but what they should do in the next sinetron. Not this one gitu, this one is just kayak it's just a mistake, terus kayak ya udah gitu loh, they did it already anyways. 12 episodes kan you guys said, 11
and more
and more ya, and just like ya udah gitu. And apa ya tadi
Berapa
aku
sih
ingat
cancel sinetron?
apa
How much does it cost to cancel soap opera?
ya kita undang aja nanti guest stars like the production house, I believe. Correct me. I may be wrong. I think it's Soraya Films. I think we can just.
Wouldn't it be like?
a lot of money. It's a lot of.
Wouldn't
money.
it show them, as in like, it shows them gitu. Kayak if you are, planning to make a risky content yang kayak gini ya lu harus risk the fact kayak future productions will see it. Kalau mereka bikin stuff yang kayak gini ya konsekuensinya kehilangan uang.
Iya, balik lagi kayak
there shouldn't be a reward in making this gitu loh.
If you have experience going to production, kan production tuh ada 3 stages, pre-production, post-production, pre-production, production sama post-production. And when you do that, when you go in, even when you step in pre-production, it's like no turning back kind of thing, right? And sekarang it's not even in production anymore. It's udah publishing, udah masuk TV dan udah ditonton sama orang. Itu like bukan last stage lagi, itu kayak udah bener-bener no turning back. Kayak even footagesnya udah beres semua. Money is all spent for production, it's done. It's editing udah beres, semuanya udah beres. Itu cuma tinggal yang production crew-nya sekarang juga di rumah cuma duduk, cause they do not do anything anymore. It's already there. And the fact that udah tayang ya, that's their money, that's it gitu, everything is finished gitu, bukan yang kayak kita masih syuting belum editing dan cancel because of COVID misalnya, cancel. Some productions kayak gitu loh, within their production mereka syuting COVID tutup kan, ya udah they not gonna continue it anymore. Tapi ini kan beda, ini udah beres, udah tayang, kayak it's not even in the production anymore, it's like udah jadi gitu. It's like, for example, you're baking a cake. It's already in the bakery. What are you gonna do with it? Kayak, you wanna throw it? Again, financial implication. Tapi yeah, that's just kayak a drawing gitu loh. It's not a real.
Even if mereka udah kayak jadi gitu, udah terlanjur, ya just stop it nggak sih? Nggak tahu sih, maybe karena gue nggak ngerti about like the financial cost and everything. Hold on.
And we lost Ariel and Lewis.
Oh my god. Okay, wait.
I think it's already too long.
Ya, kita conclude aja. Kita conclude bentar, I'll go out.
Actually, selagi Nat go out, I'm just gonna give a little background on the production house. Nama production house. Forgive me, tadi gue sebut nama Soraya because again, most of the Indonesian producers are of Indian heritage. They're not the Soraya family. I apologize for that. The production house is called Mega Kreasi Films. They pretty much have a lot in their portfolio. They don't only, I think, let me take a look. They don't only manufacture shows for, actually, right now, I think they're exclusively at Indosiar. So, yeah, it's pretty much a huge production house. So, yeah, 288,000 followers on Instagram. So it's not a small production house. It's a huge and established production house. And welcome back, Ariel and Lewis and Natasha.
So to conclude, I think kalau if it's possible for them to cancel, they should cancel. If it's not possible, They should they should apologize.
At least, at the very
Also,
least.
and make sure this doesn't happen again. Make sure
Yeah.
the audacity, lower it down.
Yeah, next time they make a production, even mereka mau write like the story misalnya, itu harus lebih ketat gitu, lebih clear what you can write about and what you cannot write about, you know.
Yep.
For the next. So yeah.
If this is their audacity, now they have to like make it like this small. That's
Okay.
Okay, to wrap it up.
Okay, guys.
To wrap it up. My God, we've been talking for
Okay. Thank you guys for
Thank you.
listening to our little rant. I think we're all just astonished by their audacity and kayak, you know,
kita should make that as the title.
kita
The
kayak
audacity.
no, but seriously guys, kayak thank you for listening to our little rant. Kayaknya kita cuma mau voice our opinion where ini lagi trending topic. So, you know, kalau kalian juga ada opinion masing-masing, feel free to write it down in the comments below.
Or if kalian dari Indosiar, maybe you can actually explain and become a guest star.
Yeah.
We don't mind.
Calling out all Indosiar people.
Well, again, our opinions are a bit controversial, are a bit dramatic maybe. That's why we're called SKSD. Sedikit kontroversial, sedikit drama. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. We'll see you in our next content. Don't forget to subscribe and you know what to do. Bye-bye.
Stop, share,
Yeah.
repost.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.